Hi, folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're coming here from CES 2019, and we are at Sands Eureka Park. We're at booth number 52503 with Safetyn, and you guys have got some technology here. This is part of the La French Tech Connection, and welcome to the show. Go ahead and introduce yourself, if you would, please.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, everyone. So I am Arnaud Violent, the CEO and co-founder of Safetyn. We're basically working on human factor. You see here that we're talking about pilots of general aviation.
Okay.
You see a little aircraft. So we offer solutions to pilots of light aircraft, helicopters, gliders, typically aircraft with only one pilot. These pilots sometimes fly 10 to 20 hours a year in average. And they can fall into some accident traps. We don't want them to fall easily into crashes. This is why we believe, with most of their testimonial, that there is a way to allow them not to fall into these traps.
Okay.
So we basically developed what we call a Safetyn box that pilots wear with them,
okay,
which is composed of different elements. So
okay,
a data receptacle, sensors on the pilots, so physiological wearables, sensors in the cockpit environment, and also sensors close to what they are used to using, typically connected watches, cameras filming the flight, and so on.
Okay.
The idea is that it's a multifunctional device that will be unveiled at Paris Air Show in 2019, in June of that year. And you have different modules within this first core element. The first of this element has been introduced in CES last year. It is to help pilots not to suffer from inattentional deafness. What is inattentional deafness? It's typically when you are focusing on something else and that you have some kind of workload, mental workload, heavy workload mental. So when you're piloting, you don't hear alerts because you're focusing on something else.
Yeah.
I'm
usually checking my text messages.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's it. That's one example, by the way. Yeah, your distraction.
Yeah.
So there was one example where you see a plane like this, three very skilled pilots not hearing an alert upon landing. The alert was about retractable landing gear. It was not heard. That happened into a little aircraft.
That's
like
always
this
a good idea.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're that Scully guy, then you just land in the Hudson.
This is that happened in that case. It's not a seaplane, as you can see.
Yeah.
So it can be very detrimental at some moment. So the idea is that whenever the plane enters its final stage upon landing, there is a gradation of multisensorial alerts. So we augment the alerts that typically the aircraft is displaying with first flashes. We're having as well an objectivation of the alert. We have landing gear voiced in the cockpit. We have also the landing gear name on the screen appearing. And whenever the aircraft is approaching the terrain, the runway, the very last is about haptic vibration. So the pilot knows that from one moment to another, he will have to react.
So it would probably give him some indication on his skin or something to let him know, hey, whoa, you need something's going on.
So that's one example. Another example is what we call the post-flight debrief. So when the pilot is going through his flight, typically 1 hour and a half, and he lands, he has all the data recorded into this device in videos, and there is a way to rerun some kind of a digest, if you like, right?
Okay.
A 10-minute digest of a 1 hour flight on specific topics. Should it be safety? Should it be sightseeing?
Yeah.
And he will be able to re-experience his flight by himself with some indications of lost safety levels, or using a coach to show him, here is what happened.
That might be good too if he gets in trouble with the FAA, like maybe he flies into some bad aerospace and they're like, hey, did you do that? And he's got proof if he did or not, maybe.
That could be one way of using it. just to make sure that this is not a big
You got
brother
proof of what you
type.
did.
Yeah. We don't want to get into that things. But
Sure, yeah.
from the moment we objectify what happens, and from the moment the pilot is in a willingness to improve flight from flight, to be really an actor of his own development about airmanship, about becoming a good pilot, this is really what we want to play a role. So this is about self-development and also assisted with a coach. So the coach being a flight instructor or being new type of personnel that basically will rise, I guess. With such
because I imagine when you're flying a plane, that moment that you take your eyes off the ball, you don't pay attention, things can go wrong, and they can go wrong horribly very fast. You guys kind of have like a little cockpit sort of scenario situation. Now I'm seeing a box over here that's got your thing on it. Is this the new version, the smaller one?
That is the prototype, actually, which has been flown through a RAID, which is called the RAID Lateco Air, flying from Toulouse to Saint-Louis du Sénégal in Senegal. So 2 weeks air rally. But obviously that won't be the final pre-series device that is going to be unveiled at Paris Air Show.
Okay.
But yes, it's a data recorder. We have sensors inside, and we're also having wearables. We are not disclosing this yet.
Okay. Proprietary stuff.
Yeah, not at this stage. But at Paris Air Show, the whole combination of all these modules of the Safetyn box will be deployed.
This is wild, and I feel a lot safer flying through the air. That's always good. Yeah. I love to fly, but sometimes you wonder about your pilot, and this is definitely good. What if a pilot has like a health emergency where they're flying a plane? Does it do anything on that, maybe to resuscitate them?
Not yet, because they would need to have like certification steps. But ultimately, we also want to offer to pilots who might suffer some heart disease, some heart issues, with an alert telling him, well, you'd better identify the nearest airfield to land rather than just continuing your flight plan.
That's pretty cool.
So that's pretty much what we want to do. Another aspect that we've been working on, because Safetyn is about preserving lives, you might know that in some airplanes, like typically the Cirrus, you have as well an aircraft parachute. So a deployable parachute over the aircraft that is triggered manually. So whenever the pilot encounters a situation, a hazardous situation, a very critical one, he can pull the handle, a 10 kilos traction on the 10 centimeter traction to deploy the parachute. Whenever the pilot is fully incapacitated, he by definition cannot pull the handle. So we have developed, and this is patented technology, another handle that leaves it manual, but which allows as well to have an automatic triggering of the parachute from the moment it has been identified by the box that the pilot is suffering a heart stroke and is fully capacitated.
That would be awesome. So where can we go to see this? Where can my audience go to see this on the interwebs, on the internet?
So unveiling is at the Paris Air Show 2019. The very new, let's say, innovation I just mentioned with the aircraft parachute will certainly come thereafter, in the sense that there is a lot of regulation.
So can they go to you guys' website? What's your website?
Yeah, right now this is Safetyn.com.
Safetyn.com.
Yeah, and for the pilots interested in joining the venture, also from self-development purposes, we have developed the safetynpilots.com, all attached. Where basically you can have some interesting information about how to develop yourself joining the Safetyn venture. Okay,
well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time with us, and be sure to check it out, guys. If you go to Eureka Park, booth 52503, you can find these guys, you can test it out. If you're a pilot, you want to talk to these guys and everything else, and all that good stuff. So thanks for spending some time with us today. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Chris.
All right, thank you.